Greetings and welcome from EA Sports. Today's AFC Divisional playoff matchup is between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets. The Tennessee Titans are only 2 games away from the Super Bowl, and we'll see which team walks away with the right to move on. John and Pat.
Thanks, JB, and welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans. It looks like they're ready to go.
Let's get this one started.
We'll see what both of these teams can do now as they're lined up for the kickoff. The Jets take over on to 23. Leslie, what have you heard?
I had a chance to talk to Jeff Fisher during pregame, and he felt like the team had finally gelled. He felt certain they would play a great game today. We should be in for a good contest, Pat.
Thanks, Leslie. Lucas hands it off. Bishop makes the stop at the 32. The Titans with a 3-man front. Lucas to throw. With the throw. Pass complete. Whoa. Makes the stop at the 45.
Wayne Corbett will hold on the ball no matter how hard he gets hit.
Let's take another look at that deep pass. He cuts it away. Number 53 with the tackle at the 41. Four-man front this time. Hands it off. Back to the line of scrimmage. No more. Passing situation here. Fakes the handoff. Throws left. Trebet was the intended receiver. He overthrows his intended receiver.
And you want to lead the receiver so that he can catch and run. But you don't want to lead him that much.
Cooper will punt it away. Defense showing blitz. It's a blitz. George gets the carry. Abraham with the tackle at the 21. 1-yard gain on the play. Get set. Defense showing blitz. Blitz. Pass is left. Caught. Touchdown, Titans. Field goal unit comes on the field. And the extra point is good. The Jets down by 1 touchdown. Lucas gets set. Quick drop. With the throw. Godfrey with the takedown at the 32. Lucas sets up. They're blitzing with the throw. Trebet with the reception. Robertson with the takedown at the 42. Let's take another look at that deep pass.
It's time to check your controllers. If you own a blue controller, you want a gallon of tap water. You're free to go to the nearest Christian controller.
4 linebackers this time. Back to throw. With the throw. Trebet drops it.
I think he just took his eyes off that one.
It away. Curse with the takedown at the 41. Not much there. They need 9. Quick drop. Is right. Green calls in the catch out of bounds.
You know, as a receiver, you have to be aware of so many things. Where the first down marker is, where the defenders are, and where the sideline is as you stretch out to make that catch.
Tupa awaits the snap. Ball at their own 10. McNair drops back to throw. With the throw. The pass is complete. Win with the takedown at the 60.
Steve McNair is a quarterback that has a very quick release.
McNair hands it off. Win with the tackle at the 32.
Face mask on the defense. Number 31.
He dragged him down by the helmet.
Yeah, he got up looking out his ear hole.
Ball on their own 37. Neal puts it away. Abraham with the tackle at the 39. Ball on their own 39. Blitz is coming. With the throw. Complete. Coleman with the tackle at the 33.
Frank Wycheck is one of the better tight ends in football.
Quick drop. With the pass. Pickens was the intended receiver. McNair had to unload that pass in a hurry.
And that's a right decision in that case. Get rid of the ball and take the incomplete.
George tucks it away. Runs up the middle. Green makes the stop at the 22. 10-yard gain that time. Ball on the 22-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Tennessee 7, New York 0. The teams have switched sides and will start the second quarter. Back to pass. Out over to the left. And he's got his man.
Eddie George is not only a runner, but he's a good pass receiver.
To throw, with the throw. Dyson with the reception.
Steve McNair, as a quarterback, can make the throw from the pocket, or he can make the throw running.
They're in an offset high. McNair hands it off. Touchdown, Tennessee. Let's see them punch the ball in there again. And here comes the kicking unit. And the extra point is good. are down by 2 scores.
Fakes the handoff. With the pass. Trebet, the intended target.
He did a nice job of knocking that ball down.
You know, he did what you're taught to do. And that's take away the ability for the receiver to catch the ball. He can't catch it when you knock it down.
Defense showing blitz. 2nd and 10. Blitz is coming. Spence tucks it away. Robertson with the tackle at the 36. Lucas sets up. Spence gets the carry. Number 53 makes the stop at the 39. Second and 7. Lucas drops back. Spence with the reception. Robertson makes the stop at the 42.
Well, they dumped it off on the screen there.
Yeah, but the defense did a nice job of staying with the play, and they didn't let him get the first down.
They need 3. Through the middle. Fisk makes the stop at the 44.
I'm not sure about that play call.
You know, this defense has been dominating them all day, and you get to the point where you're beaten and you just save yourself for the next game. Maybe they're at that point.
Tupa awaits the snap. Four linebackers this time. Fakes the handoff. With the pass. Wycheck with the reception.
Frank Wycheck is a tight end that's always open in the middle.
Fakes the handoff. With the pass. Caught. Glenn makes the stop at the 34.
Let's take another look at that deep pass.
Defense showing blitz. It's a blitz. George tucks it away. Makes the stop at the 12.
purchasing a package of Madden 2001 Upper Deck.
They better hurry if they want to get the playoff in time. Out over to the right. Caught. Lewis with the takedown at the goal line. Ball 1 foot away. Everybody up on the line. Blitz is coming. George tucks it away. Touchdown, Tennessee. That was a spectacular effort. Let's check the replay. And here comes the kicking unit. And the extra point is good. The Jets line up with 4 wide receivers. Back to pass. Pass is right. Caught. Robertson with the takedown at the 33. He catches a bullet for the first down.
He was either going to catch it or he's going to get knocked out by it.
Lucas to throw it. Pass is right. Coles with the reception. Bishop makes the stop at the 23. Lucas back to pass. Throws right. The pass is complete. Lucas makes the stop at the 22.
Face mask on the defense. Number 6.
The Jets are doing the defense's job.
This offense cannot be effective if they make mistakes like that.
Defense showing blitz. They're blitzing. McNair with the pass.
Frank Wycheck is one of those go-to guys as a tight end.
Looking to throw it. Throws right. Mason was the intended target. McNair didn't get it to his man.
No, and maybe he got held up on the line because their timing was really off on that pass.
Defense showing blitz. They're blitzing. George tucks it away.
Timeout. Called by the defense. 2 timeouts remaining.
Hendrick back to punt. Rome with the takedown at the 29. Lucas onto the center. He's looking to throw. With the throw. Green with the reception. Bishop makes the stop at the 40.
Timeout. Called on the offense. 1 timeout remaining.
Ball on the 40-yard line. Lucas steps back. Pass is complete. Robinson makes the stop at the 30.
Curtis Martin is one of those running backs that is also a good pass receiver.
Lucas onto the center. Quick drop with the pass. Trebet, the intended receiver. Is on. Lucas with the pass. Pass complete. He floated it out there.
And that's a typical timing pass where you lead the receiver to a spot. And when he gets there, he just needs to make the catch.
He's looking to throw. Out over to the right. Hayes was the intended target. That was a zinger.
But it had too much pop.
Fifth play of this drive. Back to throw. Lucas with the throw. They put some pressure on the quarterback that time.
He had to get rid of the ball in a hurry.
Sixth play of this drive. Steps back with the throw. Trebet was the intended target. He didn't get it to his man.
Oh, and maybe he got held up in the line because their timing was really off on that pass.
And here comes the kicking unit. The field goal is good. with split backs. Blitz. He cuts it away. Number 47 makes the stop at the 28. That's the end of the second quarter with the score Tennessee 21, New York 3. New York needs to rebound as we get this third quarter underway. Start the drive from the 24. He hands it off. Pickup of about 7. Let's check in with Leslie Visser, who has the halftime update for us.
I spoke with Jeff Fisher at halftime, and he said that their main focus was on protecting the lead and maintaining ball control. If they can dictate the pace of the second half, he felt pretty confident that they could put it away. Pat?
Thanks, Leslie. Pickens with the reception. Touchdown, Tennessee. Field goal unit comes on the field. And the extra point is good. They'll start this drive from the 32. First and 10. Lucas steps back. Throws left. Holds the intended receiver. He throws a bullet, but it falls incomplete.
That pass was thrown with so much velocity on it that the receiver never caught up with it.
Lucas gets set. Quick drop. With the pass. Pass complete. Touchdown, Jets. Let's look at that touchdown pass again.
We remind you that it is illegal to throw objects onto the field.
And the extra point is good. They'll start the drive from the 20. McNair sets up. He cuts it away. Green with the takedown at the 30. Gain of 9 on the play. McNair hands it off. Abraham with the tackle at the 37. Four-man front this time. McNair hands it off. Number 47 with the takedown at the 45. George is really getting it done today.
Just keep giving them the ball.
Only one man back. McNair hands it off. Number 47 makes the stop at the 41. George covered some good ground there.
And here's a guy with great speed who can pick up the first and keep the ball moving downfield.
Quick drop. Out over to the right. Bird was the intended receiver. That pass ran away from him.
Yeah, that one had too much mustard on it. Either that or he released it at the wrong point.
Ball on the 41-yard line. He gets the carry. Green with the tackle at the 35. He just hit 100 yards rushing on the day. McNair gets set. Back to throw. With the pass. George with the reception. Coleman with the takedown at the 32. George caught it short of the first down marker.
On third down, you have one job, and that's to know where the marker is and to get past it. You just can't come up short like that.
The concession stands will be closed at the end of the third quarter.
Field goal unit comes on the field. Plenty of distance. He missed it. Let's see that one again. quick drop. Throws left. Picked off. It's intercepted. Hayes makes the stop at the 48. Godfrey just stepped up and made that catch.
That shows great awareness of where that quarterback is looking to throw it.
McNair using split back. Abraham with the tackle at the 49. 1 yard gain on the play. McNair hands it off. George looking to turn it upfield. Pick up a 5. Ball on the 46-yard line. He tucks it away. Jones with the takedown at the 47. Lost about a yard.
You need better protection.
Hendrick will punt it away. Inside their own 5. Lucas hands it off. Robinson makes the stop at the 2. To throw it with the pass. Number 88 with the reception. Bishop with the takedown at the 20.
Blaine Bishop is one of the better defensive backs in the NFL.
Let's see how that receiver was able to break free on that one.
The Titans with a 4-man front. Out over to the right. Pass is complete. He catches a bullet for the first down.
He was either going to catch it or he was going to get knocked out by it.
That was a beautiful pass. Let's see it again.
Ball on their own 34. Defense showing blitz. Lucas lets the pass fly. Holds the intended receiver. Lucas
Overthrows his intended receiver.
And you want to lead the receiver so that he can catch and run. But you don't want to lead him that much.
Nickel back in this time. Drops back to throw. Pass is left. Trevette was the intended target. That's the end of the third quarter, and the Tennessee Titans are well ahead of the New York Jets, 28-10. The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. The Jets line up with three wide receivers. Lucas back to throw with the pass. Robertson with the tackle at the 41. Martin got stopped short on that catch.
Now, I don't know why you call a play that doesn't take your receiver past that first down marker.
Lucas onto the center. Throws right. Complete. Sidney with the takedown at midfield. Drops back to throw. Lucas lets the pass fly. He just dropped that pass.
There's really no excuse for that. You just have to catch those balls.
Eighth play of this drive. Looking to throw it. Out over to the right. Batted down. He felt the pressure there.
Now, I'll tell you, the toughest thing to do as a quarterback is to throw it accurately when there's a big old defensive player in your face.
Ball on the 50-yard line. Quick drop. Throws left. Knocked away. What a stop.
The defense remained focused, and they're making it hard on this team to come back.
Quick drop. Passes left. Trebet with the reception. Robertson makes the stop at the 14. Let's take another look at that deep pass. Lucas gets set. He hands it off. Number 95 with the tackle at the 5. Gain of 9 on the play. It's a whip. He comes away. Godfrey with the tackle at the 7.
They're not just going to give up on the run, no matter how ineffective it is.
Lucas gets set, looking to throw it. Martin with the reception. Touchdown, New York. Let's look at that touchdown pass again. Four-man front this time. Looking to throw it. Passes left. Trebet with the reception. start this drive from the 24. First and 10. The rush is on. He tucks it away. Abraham with the tackle at the 30.
When you have a guy who can carry the ball for over 100 yards a game, you have half of what you need on offense to get to the Super Bowl.
McNair gets set. Tucks it away. Abraham makes the stop at the 30. McNair onto the center, looking to throw it. Out over to the left. Pass is complete.
Carl Pickens is a guy, if you need a first down, he's not bad to take a look at.
Ball on their own 36. George gets the carry. Through the middle. Green makes the stop at the 43.
He's over 100 yards in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for much more than that from your back.
Defense showing blitz. He better hurry if he wants to get this play off in time. Cox makes the stop at the 48. 4-yard gain on the play. McNair gets set. Defense showing blitz. The play clock is getting low. Blitz is on. George tucks it away. Cox makes the stop at the 45. George has been eating up the yardage all day.
I'll tell you, this defense is getting run over.
Defense showing blitz. They may have to call a timeout if they don't hurry. Blitz is on. Tucks it away. Ellis with the takedown at the 47.
The Jets take the timeout. 2 timeouts remaining.
Will the owner of a red station wagon, license number 315B88, please be aware that pigeons are attacking your car.
Just over a minute still to go. McNair hands it off. Number 47 with the tackle at the 39.
Timeout called by the defense. 1 timeout remaining.
We're just about down to 1 minute. Defense showing blitz. Blitz is on. He tucks it away. Ellis with the tackle at the 38. They better hurry. McNair hands it off. Lewis with the tackle at the 28.
Timeout. Called by the defense. That's the final timeout.
First and 10. Tenth play of this drive. Defense showing blitz. The play clock is getting low. McNair gets set. That's the end of the game. The final score is Tennessee 28, New York 18. On behalf of EA Sports, John Madden, James Brown, and Leslie Visser, this is Pat Summerall saying goodbye and inviting you to join us in our next presentation of Madden NFL 2001.